Hey guys, alright. Well, I don't know who it was that unsubscribed. We've lost 2 subscribers, I'm not exactly sure why. I understand that, my content is not as interesting as some of the other homesteading channels, and I apologize for that, as we're not on the property right now. We're working on that. We will get there. We should be able to be out on the property, our new property, by this fall for sure. And I say by this fall because Andrew wants to make sure that he finishes out, well, Andrew and Scott want to make sure they can finish out the good season at the lookout, and I understand that. I still have to get our income taxes mailed out. Right. And get our income taxes back. We need a vehicle. We will be able to go out to the property, which I will do a video out there. I'm hoping that Andrew will be able to come out there. Andrew and Scott, I don't know. I don't know. Because Andrew's a full-time server out there at the lookout. And Dad's not taking them. And Scott can't take the days off, so very possible they won't be able to go out there when we go out there. At least not when we go out there with Elaine, because I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get out there with Elaine. Because she wants to be able to help us out with a memorial garden. So, here's a mess. I am extremely tired today. Anyway, but again, I apologize that, my content isn't as interesting as some of the other homesteading channels. Like I said, it'll get that way. Now, we are not going to be building our cabins now because of changing the properties. We don't have the woodsy area out there like we did on the other property, or like there would have been in Maine. It is a nice area. Now, if we can get some more money coming in, I may go ahead and put the money down on the tract that's next to us that's also 5.41 acres. And that'll give us 10.82 acres. So that'll give us a little more space, to do other things with. Anyway. But anyway. So again, I apologize, that the content isn't as great as some of the other channels. I'm trying to just get information out there for everybody, and I know it's just reading out of books and different things, but it's information that people need. So, and that's what I'm going for right now, and I'm trying, you guys, so just pass the channel on, please, and share it. Like and share the videos anyway, share them with, again, friends and family and other homesteaders that you know. And people that are looking to get into homesteading. And that, that's kind of what I'm angling this part of it towards, is people that are looking to get into homesteading. Because we are in such uncertain times. Being self-sufficient is very important. So that's why I'm angling, the whole information towards that. So anyway, I am very tired right now. So bear with me, please. So we're on section 4 of Homesteading from Scratch, Learning to Love the Fiber Arts. Chapter 12, The Importance of Fiber. As a step towards self-sufficiency, and this goes into as a commercial venture, as an alternative to meat animals, And I'll probably just read through this whole thing. So, all right. As a step towards self-sufficiency, I love the fiber arts. And I'm convinced that true self-sufficiency can't be achieved without some sort of fiber component to a homestead. Now, I do want to get stocked up on yarn because, again, as I was talking about, crocheting and that kind of thing, we can help fund our homestead. We can use those for barter items, that kind of thing. And having barter items is a very, very, very important thing. So, I developed this attitude in a weird roundabout way. About 4 years ago, my wife decided to take up crochet. Hey, my grandma taught me how. She bought some hooks, yarn, and an instruction book, and she got cracking. Unfortunately, she didn't like crochet. I, on the other hand, loved it. I took to it like a fish to water and started crocheting everything I could, everywhere I could. It's odd, but I discovered that people don't really expect a man to crochet. Once, while visiting a relative in the hospital during surgery, my family and I were sitting in the waiting room and I was crocheting a red scarf for my daughter. Hospital waiting rooms are perfect places to crochet. It gives you something to concentrate on to keep you from worrying. My brother was sitting next to me staring at his phone, suddenly looked up after I'd gotten about a third of the scarf done. Startled, he jumped up and walked off. When I asked him why, he expressed dismay at my newfound hobby. I don't think I want people to know you're my brother, sitting over there with your crochet, he said. I laughed at him. After that, however, I was visited by about 4 nurses, 2 doctors, and an orderly, all women if that makes a difference. Each time I had the same conversation. I've never seen a man crochet, they exclaimed. Yep, I responded. You're really good at it, too, they'd marvel. Thanks, I'd say. They'd walk off, shaking their heads. Evidently, I was the talk of the hospital. Since then, the fiber arts have become more popular than ever. Stitch-in groups have popped up all over the place. Graffiti artists have started yarn bombing. And some groups are even promoting the practice to help soldiers recover from PTSD. That's a good thing. Fiber arts are able to be a lot of things to a lot of people, but they have special significance for homesteaders. By practicing the fiber arts, you're taking yet another large step outside of a consumerist culture. You're also producing extra value for your homestead, your family, and your pocketbook. I need a drink, you guys. It's starting to get warm out there, too. It is fine in the morning because it's cooler out there. Okay. Fiber arts include knitting, sewing, spinning, crochet, needle felting, needlepoint, macrame, and more. Okay. So obviously I do sewing, I do crocheting, I have never learned spinning. I don't know if we're going to be able to have those animals that I can, but maybe we can connect with some Amish people to trade off with something bartering again and get some spun yarn or something. And, I don't know. Producing items from fiber will give you something to do on rainy days or during cold months, and they're great for bartering. That's what I was saying. Essentially, by learning one or more of the fiber arts, you can monetize your homestead business more efficiently. You won't always be able to raise a crop or even gather eggs, but you'll always be able to make something beautiful. Fiber arts are also a major step away from manufactured goods and towards self-sufficiency. Why buy a pair of mittens when you can make them? Why buy a dress when you can sew it? While fiber arts are deceptively time-consuming, they can be inexpensive in terms of materials. For example, a skein of yarn can be purchased on sale for around $4 to $6, which you can then turn into a hat for your brother's Christmas present. Yes, the very same brother who didn't want people to know that I crochet. Well, you might spend hours making it. Those may be hours you'd normally spend watching TV, which you can do at the same time. Win. For those of you who are raising animals for their fiber, more on that in the next chapter. You may put in more time by making the yarn yourself, but it will cost you even less, and the yarn will be of higher quality. As a commercial venture, In addition to saving you money and letting you step away from consumer culture, fiber arts are a great way to add value to your homestead. Anything you produce can be sold at craft fairs or on Etsy, and they can provide you with a lot of cash for your operation. Quilts can sell for hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars, depending on the market and designs. I know many needle felters who produce sculptures that are sold in museums all over the country. The fiber arts are at their heart folk arts, which are becoming more popular with art critics and collectors all over the world. Selling your handicrafts at craft fairs and farmers markets and art galleries sets up an excellent tool for marketing. While selling your crafts at venues outside of the normal farmers market, you will meet new individuals who are potential customers. A surprisingly large portion of your fiber arts customers will be the exact same people interested in your produce, honey, meat, eggs, etc. Remember, every interaction is a chance to expand your homesteading business, no matter how unlikely it may seem. As an alternative to meat animals, finally, my favorite thing about the fiber arts are the animals. I like animals. I don't necessarily like slaughtering and butchering animals. My wife is in charge of that task. But as a pragmatist, I don't know how that's pronounced. I think it's pragmatist. I don't know. I won't keep an animal that doesn't provide some sort of value to the homestead, which is a good idea. Unless it's kitties. The kitties provide emotional support, so yeah. So I won't have a hutch filled with pet rabbits. Having too many animals as pets ensures you won't provide for them. There will also be a cost to feed and care for them, which means eventually you'll not be able to afford to keep them. If you are like me and dislike slaughtering animals and you don't have a bloodthirsty spouse willing to do it for you, then you need another reason to keep them that will help offset the cost of caring for them. Fiber is that reason. For many meat animals, there is a breed that produces fiber: sheep, Angora rabbits, alpacas, Angora goats, cashmere goats. Even the hair from Highland cattle can be spun into yarn. So you can raise animals on your farm solely for their fiber production. And even if you put a little effort and planning into it, you can raise multi-purpose animals. Think milking Highland cattle or Angora goats. Animals have a definite place on a self-sufficient farm. They're great at providing you manure to amend your soil, but if you don't have a way to feed them consistently and sustainably, then you won't be able to keep them long. Using animals for fiber allows you to avoid the icky aspects of ethical meat consumption, but allows you to still steward the animal in such a way as to serve your homestead. And that was the end of chapter 12. As a step towards self-sufficiency, the importance of fiber. The next one is fiber animals, and it covers sheep, goats, rabbits, and alpacas. Wool gathering from fleece to yarn, cleaning, picking, dyeing, carding, spinning, homesteaders' favorite fiber animals, rabbits, goats, sheep. There we go. Now we'll go ahead and get off from here, and I'll get this uploaded, and I will try to do another video. I've got some other things I need to do. I've got some more planting. I've got some transplanting to do. I might wait to do most of that until Monday. Tired. I didn't get enough sleep. Well, I actually did sleep well, but I'm still tired because I took Tylenol PM last night. Because I've had issues staying asleep, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make sure I sleep. So, anyway, that was probably not good. I need that rest and digest tea. Anyway, so I'll go ahead and get off from here, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I don't know if it's YouTube or what, but check your subscriptions. Make sure YouTube is not unsubscribing you. And make sure you've got the, all selected on the notifications. But I will see you guys in the next video. Sorry, I told you guys I was tired. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.